All gas, no break. Welcome to the show.
No break.
Chris, Justin, Mo, you don't even want to know what we were just talking about.
You don't.
No.
You don't. So we'll just keep it to the Jets. The New York
That
Jets.
might be worse.
Yeah, definitely debatable. Definitely debatable. But the New York Jets lost to Seattle Seahawks in perhaps the drunkest game that has ever been played.
Yeah.
This game had a little bit of everything. You had kick returns for touchdowns. You had fat man pick sixes.
Wow.
You had blocked extra points by both teams. You had you had phantom penalties. You had real penalties. You had fumbles. It was just it was a shit show.
It was a Westhoff fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah, prayers up to Mike Westhoff. By the way, he stepped down as I think he stepped down as like the Broncos special teams coordinator because he has like some health problems of some sort.
100%.
So whatever's going on, prayers up to Mike Westhoff. Absolutely.
I didn't know he was the special teams coordinator for the Broncos.
Yeah, he I think he started when Sean Payton got there, he hired Westhoff.
Smart move. Smart fucking move.
Yeah, he brought him out of retirement. But he had to he had to step down due to some health issues. He says he is he says he is okay, but he wants to assure he wants to assure us he's okay. His body gave him a warning, and he had to listen and put his health first.
Yeah,
niggas old.
He's a straight. He's straight up.
Yeah, best wishes to him.
I love him so much.
Yeah,
he's awesome.
He's a fucking man.
One of the best coaches we've ever had.
No shit.
Yeah, and honestly, the unsung star of Hard Knocks when we were on it. Was a way better Hard Knocks than that bullshit last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so we have the Jets. Honestly, I thought the Jets were gonna win, and then once Rodgers threw the pick six, kind of flipped
it pretty much just threw the game. You knew the game was over after that.
Oh yeah.
Before that, you saw that Garrett Wilson was wide open, and he overthrew him.
Yeah, that was a terrible throw.
That's what I've been saying. Rodgers is our biggest issue because he is not a good quarterback right now.
Yeah, and we officially have we've officially reached the blaming the wind stage of Aaron Rodgers as quarterback, which is I think once you start blaming the wind, that's like the point of no return. Because that's what
it's all right.
Zach Wilson blamed the wind.
Do you think like
in New England
he's only really had like a year playing with the team? Do you give him another year? Because all right, this is my thing.
Nope.
Who's going to be the replacement quarterback next year?
Don't
because
matter.
you don't want to waste talent.
Jameis Winston or Tyrod.
You'd rather have Jameis Winston?
No. I'd actually rather.
Yes, I would rather have Jameis Winston. He just threw for like 450 yards.
Okay,
Aaron Rodgers.
You say Justin Fields. What about Sam Darnold?
And 2 pick sixes.
Sam Darnold won't come back, but I'll take him.
Probably
no. Sam he's solidified with Minnesota. They're not replacing.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to leave Minnesota.
What if Rodgers goes to Minnesota?
No. Yo,
and completes
if Minnesota does the same
whole
shit
tree
they did with Brett Favre and they actually oust fucking Sam for that, that's wild. That's wild. Because Sam has not played terribly. He's made mistakes as every fucking quarterback does, but he has not played terribly.
He looks like a decent version. Well, I want to say now compared to him, decent version of Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, he looks like
But
he looks like
with
better
that team, that's really all you have to do.
He does actually look better than Kirk Cousins.
He does. He
looks a lot better.
100%. But that's all you have to do is be better than Kirk. And you can go 10-2.
And Kirk's looking like ass now.
Yeah. Cousins is looking like Cousins is like on the same level of bad as Rodgers. They're both
I don't understand why people thought Kirk was always good. Nah.
I thought he was decent. I didn't think he was like
he was never really
terrible.
that good.
It's what's around him. It's what's around him. That's
but he was
why
still
he's
good
always
on Washington.
good.
Like name a receiver on Washington where he was when he was there, and they made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, but that's a weak ass division.
Yeah, no shit. But they still had like competitors.
Not for that division.
In 2014.
Was that the year that he was on the team? On the
That's the year they made the playoffs.
Yeah, I think it was either that or 2015.
Kirk isn't a terrible quarterback. He's definitely above average, but slightly.
Well, I think
I'm not denying because I think Kirk Cousins sucks ass.
They should put in Michael Penix.
Honestly, they should.
Just rip the Band-Aid
I agree. I agree with you there. They should. Like even if they have a chance of making the playoffs, I don't know if they do. But if they have a chance of making playoffs, I'd rather see what Penix can do.
Okay. Now, what about our quarterback situation?
We're either drafting or we're getting. Or we should.
All right.
We should
this is the problem I have right there. This is the problem. This is the problem I have right there. My problem is why draft? If we draft a quarterback, that means he's going to have to develop. Meaning we're going to have a losing year next year.
Not necessarily.
Why?
Look, man. Look, you got Jaden, you got CJ Stroud that have proven that quarterbacks can come in freshman year and produce.
Okay.
I think it's a new age of quarterbacks.
Bo Nix, too.
Bo Nix, yes, 100%.
Yeah, Bo Nix too. And I've been telling y'all Bo Nix, and y'all said, "Oh, he's gonna be ass."
You know, actually,
I did think Bo Nix would be ass. He has proved me wrong so far. So I will. I guess. I mean, I'm not going to apologize for being wrong, but I'll admit that.
I also think Penix will be decent too.
He could be. We just haven't seen it. We haven't seen.
No, we haven't.
I've always been high on the Penix.
What if Penix comes in and then Pitts is all of a sudden looking like Brock Bowers?
Which is like what he was supposed to look like.
That would be insane.
Speaking of Bowers,
Bowers is dope.
Bowers is dope, and I wanted to draft him, but I'm also I'm not gonna let that take away from like how good Olu Fashanu is.
No, Olu was so good. I don't care.
Was necessary for our team. He was more necessary than Brock.
Like there's a faction of Jets fans that really wanted Bowers to the point where like they won't acknowledge Olu Fashanu and how
that's stupid. That's fucking stupid. Any Jets fan that says that, they're fucking stupid. But granted, our fan base is fairly dumb.
It's very dumb.
Yeah.
I mean, Bowers is awesome.
I think Olu Fashanu has been great.
Yeah, I think the issue is that like it took Joe Douglas like over a half a decade to like figure out left tackle, because like if we didn't take so long to figure out left tackle, then we could have drafted Brock Bowers.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right, but were
there any left tackles that we could have back then?
Yeah, but were there any left tackles that we could have taken that would have been?
Yeah, there was.
Panay
Sewell, yeah.
Panay. My bad.
Well,
instead of Zach Wilson,
a right tackle. Yeah.
But we
2021 draft
needed a quarterback.
But we could have kept Sam Darnold. But if that was the case, you could have just gotten a quarterback whisperer.
Could have got Lamar too, but
which is what the whole Lamar deal I was trying to go with when we decided to get Robert Saleh.
Yeah. So I mean, as far as like who would be our quarterback next year, I mean, I don't think it can be Rodgers. I think he needs.
What if it is though?
If it is,
I think it's gonna be
Tyrod. What if we do get Vrabel with a GM, whoever it is, and he's like, all right, I can work with Rodgers. I want him to be the quarterback.
No, that's stupid.
I feel like their personalities wouldn't mesh.
It's stupid.
But if say they did, I don't know. I don't think there's really like. Are you basically just like hoping that he like bounces back? Like, are you?
No, he's not bouncing back.
Yeah, what if he do? Yeah, but I'm trying to play devil's advocate here.
Yeah, no.
What if he does, and he says, well, he already said it. He's like, all right, I've only really played 1 year in a season with this team. I need another season to gel, and then get shit together.
No, what he needed
I think
was
Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall are unhappy.
Yes, of course they are.
And Rodgers is part of that.
He needed an offseason
and I think
where he's just working with the offense. He's just training with them. What are you doing instead of fucking training with them? Retreats.
I'm not denying anything you're saying.
And I think that he's too toxic.
What he said.
Like he's not good enough anymore.
He can say that. He can say that. In the offseason, he's still going to be a fucking asshole.
Yeah,
Rodgers
he's a complete dickhead.
He needs.
I completely agree with you. I think he's a fucking dickhead.
I know. You're playing devil's advocate, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm not arguing against you. I'm arguing.
I'm just trying to say, like, okay, what would somebody else say that's in favor of him?
I don't think there's any team in the NFL that's looking at Aaron Rodgers like, yeah, let's go get it.
Right. But at the same time, okay, who's going to be that bridge quarterback that brings it? Because do you want to draft a quarterback?
I do want to draft a quarterback unless Travis looks good.
Okay. Now, who would it be?
Cam.
It's maybe.
I say either Cam Ward in the first round.
If he falls there, because we're not going to be in the top 3. I can tell you that shit now.
What about yours?
If
he'll probably fall.
Ewers might fall out of the second round.
Dude, I watch Quinn Ewers all the fucking time.
Yeah. Can he translate to the NFL though?
No.
Yeah, I'm not big on Quinn Ewers. These are the quarterbacks that I would be open to. So Cam Ward would be great. Just got to keep losing games. I think it's possible, but I think we probably
end up with a top 5 pick first off. My bad.
We probably will end up winning a game or two that fucks that up. But like I think that like the Cam Ward dream is alive right now. If we don't get him, then I say honestly, I would draft Mason Graham, the defensive tackle, in the first round.
Fuck.
I know that
because that worked out so well every time we drafted defensive tackle.
Well, that's like one of the biggest things we're missing right now. I get why
we can just sign one.
I get why you wouldn't want to use a premium asset on one, but he's pretty damn good.
It's probably going to happen anyway. I'm not trying to throw you off.
It probably will happen. But then I would probably take one in the second round. I'd be open to like a Jalen Milroe or like a Jackson Dart or who else is there?
All these quarterbacks suck.
I kind of like Dylan Gabriel.
I love Dylan Gabriel.
Yeah, and you could probably even get him on like day 3.
But even with him, he's such a college like modified player where it's like you really need a coach to really break him out.
And that's why I'm not super high on that's why I'm not necessarily super high on like Flores or Vrabel. More so Flores I'm not high on. Vrabel, I do like Vrabel in the sense that he could come in and be an asshole. I just don't know if he's going to run an offense that's like resembles anything like of the modern NFL.
But I feel
he's going to hire someone that will. I feel like he was low key I feel like low key he was kind of a Derrick Henry like merchant.
Yeah, he was. Because that's what was running their whole offense.
Could he be a Breece Hall merchant?
No. That's where we draft Gianti.
Honestly, is there a case for us to draft Gianti?
I would not be surprised that the Jets, if we end up with like a top 3 pick and we get Gianti, I would not be surprised.
I don't think we're going to take
it. I wouldn't even be pissed off about that.
I really wouldn't.
It would be like Breece Hall and Genty just pound the ball.
Just draft Genty and run the Wildcat with him and Breece Hall.
What O-line?
You could run the triple
option.
What
O-line? We have a decent O-line.
Our O-line is fine, and that's another reason why I don't want to bring back Aaron Rodgers because he makes the O-line look bad. I mean, he doesn't make them look bad, but he takes a lot of sacks when we actually have protection.
Yes.
Like good protection.
Yes. Because he
after years of watching Sam Darnold and Zach Wilson and whoever else get killed for years behind our O-line, we finally have a good O-line. We have a Hall of Fame quarterback and like a legitimate tandem at wide receiver, and we still fucking suck. We're still like bottom 5 in every offensive category
because Aaron
quarterback needs to go.
Honestly, I would say, all right, man, this is tough.
I'd say you draft someone, you let them sit, and then you bring in like
in the first round,
or just stick with Tyrod and just let Tyrod be the bridge quarterback.
Justin Fields.
The only problem
I have no problem with Justin Fields.
I like Fields. It's just he can't throw. Is the only problem.
I don't even care because we're not gonna throw. That's exactly the reason to take Jameis Winston. At least he motivates people.
He does.
Yeah. He would bring like positive vibes to the team.
Jameis can make darts. Jameis can play 95% of the game on point. But his 5% of the game where he's terrible, it's going to cost you the game.
Lord, deliver me from these pick sixes.
You know this already.
Yeah. And that's where the defense has to be on point. Like, Jameis, we know you're going to do this, but we're still going to be we're going to stop it for you. Our defense doesn't feel that way, Aaron. Yeah. Well, I honestly don't think our defense is bad. Our defense just has no morale. They come into the game.
It's just coaching.
Yes, 100%. It is.
Okay, so I think
if there are parts of the defense that are bad, it's the front in the middle, which is why I wouldn't be opposed to drafting Mason Graham.
I don't think our front's bad.
The defensive tackles outside of Quinnen, we have no beefy boys up front.
Not beefy, but we can still get to the quarterback.
But we need run stuffers. We need people up the middle that can.
There are people we could sign that are free agents.
And I think if you got someone like Mason Graham, it would make Will McDonald that much better, and it would make Quinnen even better. And at that point, I'd honestly even consider giving Hassan Reddick another year if he wants to not be an asshole.
That nigga's dumb.
My projections are not gonna have Hassan Reddick in them. But I did have a plan and I was in the midst of it. So maybe next week I could give you my projection of what we should do, like defensively and offensive. Yeah.
But to me, it's like if we're drafting a quarterback and developing them, I don't know if Vrabel's the right guy for that. And like I definitely don't think he's going to start.
He's going to start.
But here's my thing. I have two situations here. So it's going to be if we keep Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams, because if Aaron Rodgers is gone, so is Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
And then there's the other situation where it's okay. We're going to need a bridge quarterback. We can't draft one because it's not going to work. Ever. It never has.
It has with Jaden
one
and CJ.
What, Chad Pennington? That's about it?
Well, no, not for our team. It's never worked for our team.
So because it's never worked, you just stop drafting quarterbacks?
Yeah.
No. Let him. I
Okay,
agree.
like
I
so,
agree
like you
with
just
drafting
don't have
him. Let him
one.
sit. I
So
agree with
okay,
Yeah,
drafting
no,
draft
him.
yeah,
another one
that's
then.
what I'm saying. Let him sit. Don't throw him in the fire right away.
Yeah, you
But
don't have to.
Yeah, which is where the bridge comes in. You could still draft one. You just need to have like a veteran that can start like this year or next year.
Okay, so
So like
what's
I think
Jordan Travis
Tyrod or
doing?
Jameis Winston would be fine for that.
I don't know what Jordan Travis is doing.
I would like
But
to also like I think he's not going to play this year because he hasn't even practiced, and I think he's still like recovering from that injury. I would like to see Jordan Travis play at some point. I kind of doubt he's gonna be. I kind of doubt he's gonna be like the future or anything, but you gotta at least see him play. He doesn't really have the arm
He
strength. Is the
can't
problem with
because
him.
he's still having like issues medically.
Also, he was drafted by a different regime. Like he might not even be on the roster next year.
That's true.
And we cut Izzy Abanaconda.
Yeah, but I mean that's because Braylon looked good early in the season, and what's his name? We started using. I can't remember this nigga's name.
It's because Xavier Gibson, even though he sucks, he returned that punt for a touchdown on opening night against Buffalo. So he's basically gotten a lifetime contract as our punt and kick returner.
Yeah.
And then we also have like Malachi Corley to do special team stuff, and then like that random dude who returned the kickoff for the touchdown. So like Izzy was more of a special teams player than anything. So I think they just decided they didn't have a spot for him, and I don't think the coaching staff ever really fucked with him. And then Isaiah Davis got his first career tutty.
I think someone will give Izzy a chance. Whether
he's
or
on
not
San Francisco now.
Well, they got Jordan and Christian down.
Yeah,
that
it's
dude,
like Isaac Guerrero, and I think Izzy might be like RB2.
Yeah. Yo, I would love to see Izzy do work behind that online. I would love to see that happen. Truthfully, like honestly, like if he has a chance and he gets like fucking 60 yards, good for Izzy.
Yeah,
great for
that would be sick to actually see him get to play.
Yeah.
Although then then everyone's just gonna dunk on the Jets for
of course, yeah, 100%. But he wouldn't have produced those numbers behind our fucking line.
Yeah. I mean he wouldn't have produced behind our line, and I think our O line that's like a whole, like our O line coaches are also terrible. Like we finally have a good O line, but it's no thanks to the coaching, and that's why Becton was so adamant about like not playing a different position for the Jets, and why he was so willing to be the guard for the Eagles, where he's now flourishing.
With the O line, you shouldn't be fucking switching positions. You should just be like, all right, yeah, no, this is your position. This is what you need to do every single play. Every goddamn play.
I think there are situations where switching positions could work or could be warranted.
Only if there are injuries.
Yeah, or if you're going to a team that has tackles but needs a guard, and you haven't played tackle particularly well, then I think it makes sense to try a different position, which is what Becton did.
But the issue, I feel like the issue with any lineman switching their position, defense or offense, is it's a big game changer in their mind. They're used to because the tackles, they have to spread out more. They have to fucking cover more area, and they have to be more aware. Guards are more just, this is where the pocket needs to fucking be. Center's got to be, there's no interchanging
the whole line.
Yeah. There's no interchanging the center. So switching from guard to tackle, I feel like a lot of them just don't have that mentality that they're able to make that change easily.
Yeah, most of them aren't. I mean, I do wonder with like AVT, because like Like
I thought AVT could play guard or tackle well.
Yeah, but I also feel like I don't know. Not that he's fallen off, but like I feel like he was like an all-pro caliber guard, like at the beginning of his career.
He was
like like the first 3 years pre-injuries, like he was always playing at like an all-pro level. Then like now, like this year, he's healthy and he's been playing guard, and there really haven't been. There haven't been enough injuries to tackle where he's been needed to move over to tackle, but I feel like he's just kind of average, which is fine.
But that's also the way I look at it is AVT. He wants to be a tackle. He wants to be a tackle. That's what he was used to. Then he got switched to guard, and to me, I think guard is easier.
Yeah, it probably is.
So he's like, all right, yeah, I'm used to this now.
There's less.
There's less pressure on him.
Yeah, less responsibility as far as like having to protect like the blind side and all that.
Yeah, but that like AVT came into the league with that determination. Like, yeah, no, I got the blind side. I could do that. We were like, yeah, no, you ain't gonna do that. Play guard.
Yeah, well, the plan was to have Makai be the franchise left tackle.
Yeah, and maybe the franchise
have like
left guard,
and have like just have like a brick wall for the left side of our line, but that just never materialized. But now our whole line is finally good. I would say if you want to talk about the roster for next year, I think Morgan Moses should be back on this team.
Yeah,
I would take Morgan Moses back solely. Forget anything he's ever done. Solely because he tried to fucking track down Leonard Williams last game. He was the only motherfucker who actually tried to tackle him. Everyone else just was like, yeah, no, he's gone.
Yeah, no
All right, else really. So let's go through cuts. Who should we cut?
Cuts.
I don't know because look, I still think our defense could be phenomenal. We just we had no morale. I
would cut Gibson.
Oh, you crazy!
I would cut Gibson too.
What?
He does suck.
He's no good.
I would cut Michael Clemens also.
Michael Clemens should be blasted into the sun.
Clemens, I agree.
Clemens should not be in the NFL. He stinks.
Gibson's a returner.
And he's a bad one. We have better ones. We could use Malachi Corley, or we could use whoever that guy was that returned the kick for the touchdown and got
Ngungu.
Yeah.
I don't know that African.
Who else would we cut? I would cut. I mean,
I'd cut Solomon Thomas.
He's got to go. Javon Kinlaw's got to go.
I think he's a free agent anyway, so he's probably gone no matter what.
Yeah. But we still need replacements for these cuts.
Yeah. Q Jeff is still up there.
I think Q Jeff is on the is that Al Woods? Q Jeff, I think, is on the Bills now.
Yeah, but he's also a free agent next year.
Yeah.
But why leave a fucking Super Bowl contender?
He was good. He was good when we had him. Oh, you know who else is a free agent next year? Foley Fatukasi.
Bring him home.
Oh.
And he was a beast.
I think
he's only going to be 29.
Yeah, actually 30. Bring him home. Then you don't need to use that pick on a. Then you don't need to use that pick on a fucking.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
100%.
You know
I'd
who
agree with that.
You know who else I would cut? Max Mitchell. He sucks.
Really? I thought he was decent at left guard when he had to play backup.
When he had to play backup, he was serviceable.
Exactly.
He was serviceable as like his rookie year, but he sucks.
We don't need serviceable. We need not necessarily elite. We need an O-line that's serviceable together.
I mean, probably goes without saying. I mean, I'd also cut Jason Brownlee. He stinks.
Yeah,
Pat McKinley, he can go.
Why is he still here? Would y'all
these are like practice
would y'all cut
anyway.
Ashton Davis?
He could go. He's
not.
You
think so?
Yeah, he's no good.
I think he fills in
for special teams,
areas.
maybe.
I think we have enough. I think we have enough like special teams people though. Like we really don't need Ashton Davis.
All right. Well,
that leaves a big safety hole.
It does.
We have a big safety hole anyway.
Yeah, but are you re-signing Chuck Clark?
Probably not.
Or are you drafting a safety?
You might have to draft one at some point.
Well, fuck that. I'll sign Jeremy. Jeremy Chin's gonna be a safe free agent. I'll sign his ass.
That works too. Or trade back in the draft and take Malachi Starks.
I'd take Chuck for another year.
I'd rather take Chuck for another year and sign Jeremy Chin.
That works too. I could do another year of Chuck Clark. I could kind of take him or leave him, but I don't think he's very good.
Yeah. No, I don't think he's amazing, but he fills in the spot, and
he's not
Tony Adams.
He's not the same.
Was good with Tony Adams.
What about Tyler Conklin?
I'd keep him. Oh, Conk.
I could take him or leave him, to be honest.
I'll cut Ruckert.
Oh yeah. Get Ruckert the fuck out of here. I don't care if his dad. I don't care if he's from Long Island and his
dad will probably have a heart attack after he fucking gets cut. Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, pal.
We have no good tight ends. None. Zero.
Either that or we just don't use them or know how to use them.
We could draft that kid from Michigan. He's pretty good. Colson, some shit. I forget what his name is.
Kenny Yeboah.
No, fuck him. Colston something. Colston Love or some shit like that.
Is he a tight end?
He's a tight end on Michigan. And
I don't know.
All right, well, you will.
We should have.
If he comes in and does work, yeah.
We should have drafted. We should have traded up to draft Trey McBride.
Oh, Trey McBride's dirty. Dirty.
It's so hard to tell. Like, should we have gotten Olu or Brock Bowers?
Look, I think if we had Brock, Brock,
I feel like both
Aaron would look a lot better. Aaron would look a lot better if we had Brock.
Dude, the motherfucker has 800, almost 900 yards.
I actually like genuinely think I disagree with that take, Justin.
I do too.
Wow. That's wild.
Rodgers doesn't really throw to tight ends anyway.
He used to.
Who?
Robert Tonyan? No. Back in the Packers, he liked tight ends. Other than Devontae.
Tom Crabtree.
Jermichael Finley.
Yeah, he didn't really throw to them that much though.
He didn't have great tight ends all the time, but when he had what was the goddamn tight end that he had?
He had like one.
Yes, and that one was abused and did well.
And he was the only first round receiver that he ever thrown to.
But the issue is
when he was on the Packers.
When Aaron's scanning the field in the pocket, he's looking for a wide receiver. Right? His checkdowns aren't usually to the running backs. Even when he had Aaron Jones,
he barely even checks down.
Exactly. So his check down, like a check down to Aaron is throwing to the goddamn tight end. Donald Driver. Was that nigga a tight end? No one knows name.
No, and I don't know what that has to do with Brock Bowers.
No. I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers.
Donald Driver was not a tight end. He was a wide receiver.
All right. Well, the nigga's ass then as a wide receiver.
Donald Driver was a pretty good receiver.
No, he was a fucking beast. They
who
won the
tight end
Super
that they
Bowl
had?
with him.
Who was the tight
Greg
end they
Jennings
had?
was better.
James Jones. I told you,
Is
Jermichael
Is
Finley.
that a tight end they had?
Tom Crabtree. He was like the third string tight end.
Look, Aaron needs to check down because he's always looking for a wide receiver to get open. He needs a tight end that can get open.
Yeah, well, you're acting like he's coming back.
No. He ain't coming back. Fuck out of here.
And what the fuck is
I think it couldn't be clearer that he's not coming back.
He better not come back. I think it's solely.
I think he is.
It's solely his decision. Woody will go along with whatever Aaron wants. If he wants to come back next season.
I don't know if Woody wants Aaron back. Woody might not believe in him anymore. And Woody might not be
try to bench him after week 4.
Let's try this again for another year.
Woody's dumb as shit, man.
Also, Woody is not going to the UK. Donald Trump
he's
hired
also a Class A retard. He
Donald Trump hired another Class A retard to be his ambassador to London. So Woody is not going to London. Could he still get some sort of job in Trump's administration? Possibly.
No, he won't. He won't.
But I feel like the possibility exists, but I feel like him not getting the London job is definitely a major blow to Jets fans who were hoping that he would leave, which is pretty much all of us.
I wasn't hoping he'd leave. That means Chris Johnson to be taking over.
Well, I hope his son takes over.
Well, Chris Johnson wouldn't be making the hiring decisions because that would be before. That would have been before Woody Johnson had left. So, I mean, you're doomed either way. But, as far as like the whole Adam Gase thing, like, I don't think you'd have to necessarily worry about like another repeat of Adam Gase, although you always have to worry about a repeat of Adam Gase because Robert Saleh was somehow worse than Adam Gase. I know that's crazy. That's crazy to say, but there's an argument.
There's an argument. I will not say he's worse than Gase. I will not say that. But there's an argument.
He genuinely might be.
Nah.
I think he had a worse winning percentage than Gase.
But that's on the team. Yeah. That's on the team. That's not on that's not solely on the coach. If you switch when Salah was coaching, when Gase was coaching, you think Salah would do worse?
Like if Salah would have done worse in 2019 and 2020, like the Gase years?
Yeah.
Maybe because there was not nearly as much talent on the defense.
But he could bring out more with the defense.
But our offense. I think that theory is a little overblown though, because the Jets defense didn't really get good until 2022 when they drafted Sauce Gardner and Jermaine Johnson. The Jets had the worst defense in football in Saleh's rookie year.
Rookies, yeah.
And the defense has regressed back to like pretty bad this year.
Level. To that
and that happened, and that started before Saleh was fired. So you can't just blame that solely on him being fired.
No, I don't. That's my entire point. Like, it's not on Salah that he looked like a terrible head coach. Like, Gase was hands down a terrible head coach. No ifs, ands, or buts.
I think Saleh was too, and I don't think there are any ifs, ands, or buts about it.
But you think he's worse than Gase?
He's right there.
It doesn't really matter. He's probably like the same level as far as a head coach goes. I mean, he's probably a better overall coach, like not head coach, but he's probably a better overall football coach in the sense that, he'll get a defensive coordinator job after this. Adam Gase was like out of football after the Jets fired him.
Yes. That's all I'm saying.
But as far as like their head coaching resumes, particularly with the Jets,
they're both terrible.
Yeah, they're both
not Gase. Salah had better weapons.
Yeah, so I think that you could argue that Gase did more with less because he squeaked out a 7-9 season his first year.
Yeah, he did.
It was a very fake 7-9, that they convinced themselves to feel good about.
Le'Veon Bell.
Le'Veon Bell, known CTE haver.
Him and AB.
Him and AB got Trump reelected.
Yeah.
I don't want to get in politics, but I can't wait. I can't wait for him to take charge. It's going to be funny.
It is.
I honestly can't wait. Can't wait.
Well, you don't have to wait much.
You sound like Bart Scott.
Can't wait.
Shit, I was about to call in to that damn show and say, shit, I'm still fucking waiting.
Bart probably like, yeah, so
when the fuck are we gonna win some shit?
Yeah, real shit. How much longer do you guys think this playoff drought does last? It kind of feels like at this point, really
minimum 3 years.
Yeah. And then that third year will determine whether or not the next coach gets fired.
Yeah. I got no faith in these niggas.
I say like 10.
At least Vrabel is reportedly at least open to the idea of coaching us.
Yeah, but Vrabel's gonna realize as soon as he gets here, signs that contract, he gets no fucking really say.
Well, he's Belichick's guy, so Belichick's giving him he knows Belichick's giving him whatever information he needs to make.
He's never coached under Belichick, right?
No, but he played under him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure they're I think they're friends. I'm sure they talk to each other. All the Jets, all the Jets dysfunction with ownership and Woody's meddling, it's all well documented. So these coaches know
oh yeah, I'm sure they know more than what we know.
But I think they also know at least that they should at least get a couple of years, because Woody didn't really start meddling until it was 3 years into Salah's tenure and 5 years into Joe Douglas's tenure. So it's you get 3 or 4 years before you really have to worry about the meddling.
I don't know about that. I feel like he was meddling the entire time. We just didn't hear about shit.
Well, he was meddling. He did meddle when he fired Mike LaFleur, and he made Saleh fire him when it was his decision to do it. But instead of having the decency to do it himself, he made Saleh fire his brothers.
Get the goddamn balls. Get the fucking balls to do it.
I'm saying decency because he makes these people fire like they're best friends. He made Joe Douglas fire Rex Hogan, who he was tight with, and then he wouldn't let him replace him.
Because that's Woody. That's what I'm saying. He's constantly meddling. It's just not Jerry Jones meddling.
That's exactly why we'll never fucking win shit.
Yeah. He does this shit behind the scenes. Even if we have this big ass media market, doesn't matter. He's gonna get away with it.
Forgive me, but you're just gonna have to wait for him to die.
That sucks. Because I'm sure his kids aren't gonna be any better.
I don't think his kids want.
You never know. They might be.
I don't know. I'd be happy if he dies and his kids all right, who wants to buy the team? I'd be
because you gotta understand his grandchildren are probably Gen Z kids that don't give a shit.
Yeah. None. Zero.
They might not even want to.
I heard some shit that the Giants GM was listening to his fucking kids about fucking making decisions. I'm like, nigga, that's wild.
Well, apparently, the same thing was happening with Woody and Brick Johnson. Like
that's stupid.
Like Brick Johnson was telling Woody like what all the kids on Twitter were saying, and then he was passing that information. Along, and Woody would make his decisions from there.
That's how you run a business.
Yes,
that's how you run the team.
Honestly, they're you know what's terrible about the NFL? It should be run like the fucking EPL out in soccer. It would run like soccer leagues where, if you fail, you get demoted. You're playing in the CFL relegated now. Yeah, 100%. Because then owners would actually give a shit. Owners
relegated to
owners don't give a fucking shit because they're making dumbass money.
Remember NFL Europe? It should be if you suck, you get relegated to NFL Europe.
Yes. 100%.
Although that might not incentivize Woody because Woody's got like people out there anyway. So he might just be like, all right, like we'll just stay in London forever.
And then Woody he'd realize he ain't selling shit.
It doesn't matter if he sells shit or not.
He still wants to make that above line profit.
Deals.
He wants that profit. When that profit drops like 10 million, it's got to be more than 10 million. When that profit drops a couple $100 million, then he'd care. That's when Woody would actually be like, all right, hold on. We actually have to do something.
Yeah. Well, there's really no way that the profits would drop that much.
Not for the New York Jets, not for any New York team.
I don't think for any NFL football team profits would drop that much. All the money's in the TV deals.
No.
They make money hand over fist before a single ticket is even purchased.
That's true. Mm-hmm. That is true.
Yeah, that's why they wanted all the fucking season ticket holders to close in like beginning of November.
And that's why every season ticket holder should not renew their fucking season tickets for next season. Every single one should cancel it.
Yeah, but Jets fans are fucking dumbasses, and they're going to do it anyway.
I know. But they honestly should cancel them. Like, look, I bought season tickets for the fucking Islanders.
You regret it?
I do. Well, not yet. I don't necessarily regret.
You're not going to re-up though.
I'm not going to re-up. Even if we make the playoffs this season, I'm not going to re-up.
What if they win the playoff round? Would you re-up?
If we win a playoff round, I'll consider it. If we win 2, I probably will.
And if we go to the Stanley Cup, then definitely.
If we go to Stanley Cup, I'm definitely re-up.
That's when you don't re-up.
Even knowing that you would knowing there are a good 15 games you'd have to miss because of your profession.
Yeah.
That doesn't allow you to be a person for a couple of months out of the year.
Yeah, but I bought those season tickets knowing that.
Yeah.
I was clearly aware of it, and when I was buying the tickets,
and if they're a Stanley Cup contender, you could probably actually make some money back.
Exactly. Or if we started off, because last season, sorry to get on the rant, but last season we had these injuries and it cost us a lot of games, and then we came back, made it into the playoffs, and I figured, all right, it's the injuries that were the fucking issue. We can get a lot more wins if we didn't have those injuries. This season is the same exact goddamn thing. Except we're worse. But I will re-up if we make this Stanley Cup. 100% I will re-up.
Well, don't have to worry about that happening.
Oh, yeah, no, that's not happening. That's not happening. That's definitely not happening. But back to the Jets. Management, do y'all think that hiring Tannenbaum as an advisor is actually going to lead us to a competitive team? Forget a team that has a chance to make it to the Super Bowl. Are we going to be competitive in the AFC East?
I really don't give a fuck, to be honest with you.
I don't know.
But do you think Tannenbaum has that insight where he's like, yeah, no, this is the coach we need.
He did it. He's done it once already.
Once,
that was like,
and he had plenty of years where he failed. He had plenty of years where he failed.
Yeah, sure.
So what? Hiring Rex was great. He also didn't allow
motherfucker. I'm talking about doing the 33rd team scouting. He did it with Washington.
Oh, I thought you were talking about him hiring Rex for the Jets and making 2 AFC championships.
No, I guess his whole like role with the 33rd team and like how they got the Commanders to hire Dan Quinn and whoever their GM is.
And now you see why I say Justin's a casual?
No, because I don't pay attention to the Redskins. I don't pay attention to a lot of shit, but I don't think Tannenbaum's the answer.
Well, I think as far as like who they hire as like a consultant or an advisor, like, I mean, what would you do?
He's going to be making the decisions. Like this is the point where Woody's like, okay,
this is the point where I told you I don't give a fuck.
So if
it took Woody this long to finally put it in someone else's hands,
except he's not really putting it in someone else's hands because he's still going to have the final say.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. Without doubt.
And this isn't the first time he's hired like they always hire some sort of consulting firm or something.
They do with Mike McCagnon.
Yeah.
It's usually like they hired Charlie Casserly as like their consultant when they got McCagnon. And they hired like lawyers or something when they got like John Idzik or like Korn Ferry or some shit like that. So there's always some sort of consulting firm that's involved. So I think the fact that it's like at least like football people like Rick Spielman. I value Rick Spielman's role in this more so than Mike Tannenbaum's, to be quite honest.
That's fair.
You know, I think the fact that at least he hired football people to like help with the decision, I don't think it's a bad thing. I don't think it means we're going to hire the right people. We're probably not going to regardless. But I don't think that it necessarily was like a bad idea to hire those people to lead the search. Like, I don't really like, we tried everything and nothing's worked. So like,
so you don't think there's anyone who could hire that was better than Tannenbaum and
to be like a consultant?
Yeah.
I don't really know enough about these consultants or these like.
It could be anyone
to really
be anyone.
Know.
Anyone who's been.
All right. Do you have somebody in mind?
No. I don't have anyone in mind, but it could be anyone. Literally anyone. You're thinking Tannenbaum's what we need.
Nigga, who the fuck thought Tannenbaum would be?
No one. Exactly. Nobody. Not a fucking soul. But I'm tired. I'm tired of this looking. I'm tired of us looking at the past like, oh yeah. Back in the fucking early 2010s, back in the early 2000s.
You're saying like, that, but you also were advocating for bringing back Rex Ryan.
Yes.
So you realize how contradictory that is, right?
No. Because next season's a wash. Like,
so is your mentality like, next season's a wash anyway? So just bring back Rex because it'll be funny.
Yeah,
so I could get behind that.
100%, yes.
I could get behind 100%. That. Like,
if I wanted to take Rex seriously, he'd be a DC.
Which I don't think that's even like a conversation. If he goes, I think if he's going back to the Jets, it's as a head coach or nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
He wouldn't come back here.
That's what I'm saying. Like if we hire Rex, 100%. I know next season is a wash, 100%.
Yeah,
and then why not bring Aaron Rodgers back then?
Well, I think if Rex Ryan was coming back, it would be with Aaron Rodgers.
I think that's why Vrabel wants to come back, or at least be our head coach.
Take him. He would take Rodgers, but he'd also have our defense. He'd also have our defense playing better. I think if Rex came back,
he's gonna make the same case that he's been saying before. He's like, I've only had a year to prepare with this team. You can't gel in 1 year. You need more time because you can't just make a difference in a year and make a fucking Super Bowl.
But you can.
He was talking about how he was talking about how he was going to win 2 Super Bowls in his 2 years with the Jets before he came here. So I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that goalpost moving mumbo jumbo.
I don't give a fuck.
Brady went to the
Brady won in his first
year. Brady went to the Buccaneers. He worked with the goddamn wide receivers.
Stafford won right away in St. Louis.
He was working with them every fucking week in the offseason. What the fuck did Rodgers do in the offseason?
You asking
went
me?
To Egypt.
He went. No.
You think I care?
It's rhetorical. It's rhetorical because when Brady went to the team, his old ass, he's like, yeah, no, I'm gonna get my ass up every goddamn day, work my receivers, so I know by the time fucking August comes through, it's preseason. I know where they're gonna be. I know where I gotta throw the ball. Rodgers is like, I gotta do introspective shit. I gotta go find myself.
And this is also the same team that's been advocating. Oh, we're a quarterback away. We're a quarterback away.
A quarterback that has some goddamn sense of the game. The game's not all about you. The game's
we're a
lot
more than a quarterback away. And Aaron
Rodgers
was about the team.
Not that quarterback anymore.
Yeah, no shit. We're more than a quarterback away. We've been more than a quarterback away after we got rid of John Franklin Myers.
I disagree
with what?
We may have been a quarterback away.
CJ Stroud or Jaden Daniels. You put CJ Stroud or Jaden Daniels on the goddamn team their rookie year with Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. Shit, we signed Devontae Adams during the season. I guarantee they have a better record than we had this season. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. You know why?
Probably.
You know why? Because they'd actually put the work in. They'd actually care.
Okay.
And Rodgers is 0-5 in situations where
Rodgers doesn't give a fuck about anybody.
He's 0-5 in situations where we have the ball with a chance to.
I've been saying the same thing. I've been saying the same thing.
That's the issue. We are a quarterback away. Rodgers ain't no fucking quarterback for a team.
We're more than a quarterback.
Rodgers can go to the goddamn 49ers and they still have the same fucking record they have right now with Brock Purdy.
I think they'd have a worse record with Rodgers than Purdy.
Damn.
Yeah, probably.
That's terrible.
He can't move.
That's terrible. That's honestly terrible. Because he'd have all the weapons around him.
He can't move and he's got the weapons around him now. Not to that extent, but or honestly, you could argue that maybe with all the injuries the Niners have, the Jets probably have better weapons than the 49ers right now. But it doesn't matter because Rodgers can't move. Shit. He can't move and he can't drive the ball downfield.
He can't. He's missing wide open fucking throws. Wide open throws. So it's like
the Garrett Wilson one in the end zone. I don't give a fuck about no damn win. That was awful.
Yes.
And like the fact
if he made that pass, we would have been up 28-7, and we would have won.
And then we would have won that game, and then we would have ruined our future. So I'm glad he missed that pass. But I just I want to keep Garrett Wilson happy, and that's the biggest reason. Honestly,
I want Garrett Wilson to go somewhere else.
I think Rodgers needs to go.
I want him to just go. Go.
He should. He should. I don't
because
want him
I don't want him to suffer here anymore.
Wait, you want?
He shouldn't have to suffer. He shouldn't.
I don't want Garrett Wilson suffering here anymore.
He shouldn't have to suffer. He really shouldn't.
Garrett Wilson, he did say something where he was like, I don't think it's impossible here. He's like, I want to win, and I don't think it's impossible to do here.
Yeah, he's just saying shit.
Well, of course, they're all just saying shit. But I mean,
I'd rather. No. I don't think he's saying shit because
I'd rather try to keep
them happy
before trading
with athletes. They're like, yeah, no, this is a team that drafted me. I actually want to make this team do well. Like, there's a pride that athletes have. I think Garrett does have that with the Jets, but that's waned after this season. After the season, I'd be surprised if he wants to stay.
I already told you I don't give a fuck anymore.
But we can't. What are we gonna sell the team and then do what?
I hope they sell it to North Korea.
Kim Jong-un, here you go.
Here.
My bad. I didn't mean this. I didn't mean the team. I mean, do we sell Sauce? Do we sell Brees? Do we sell Garrett? All like
Sauce.
in one off season. Do we just try to get
Sauce?
Picks?
Who cares if you sell Sauce? That motherfucker's just gonna go on Twitch and it's just video game stream.
I truly hope we sell Sauce just so you can see how Sauce can fucking play. Just so you can see that Sauce could.
Yeah, but
it's still a top fucking corner.
Look. He played his best 2 years in his first 2 years.
Yes.
And you don't understand that cornerbacks drop, except for Revis. He's the only one that didn't.
You know who else hasn't
cornerbacks
dropped?
Have down years. I don't know if you've been. I don't know if you've seen that before or not. But cornerbacks have down years.
Yeah,
also,
I've watched Champ. Have down years.
Well, Champ didn't have down years until he was old and had to switch to safety.
Exactly.
You shouldn't be having down. You shouldn't be having down.
Exactly. That's the thing.
You shouldn't be having down years when you're like 26.
You're fucking fatigued.
Your third year is when you're supposed to be like hitting your prime.
He has no morale. He has no reason to actually go out in the field and make plays.
His coverage is also still really good. He just can't tackle.
Yeah. No, he's always there on the receiver. He's always there.
What? Yeah, but what I'm telling you is he's reached his peak.
No, he's reached his limit of bullshit. He's reached his limit of this guy of watching the offense produce absolutely nothing. He's reached his limit of 3 and out. I have no rest. Every single fucking game, I have no rest. I have to cover the number 1 receiver every goddamn game.
Except he doesn't because he doesn't travel.
Didn't I just say that? I just said he reached his peak. And now it's showing.
No. You're saying peak as in like that's the highest level he can achieve.
Yes.
No. If we didn't draft him, I guarantee he would still be top 3. If we didn't draft him, I guarantee he'd still be a top 3 corner in this league.
Okay.
Who do you think are the top?
I believe you.
In the league right now.
Top 3 right now, corners?
Yeah.
Surtain's up there easily. And Surtain sorry?
Stingley's up there too.
Yeah, yeah. Derek, 100%.
Jair Alexander.
Dope. But I think Sauce is better than all of them. And that's not me just trying to be biased. That's me literally watching him cover motherfuckers like white on rice. Watch the first.
Yeah, if it's brown rice.
How many plays does he give up in the first quarter?
Nigga, what the fuck were you watching?
He does give us some now.
He did decent the last game. He did decent.
Yeah.
Especially against DK Metcalf because he could have slap boxed him the fuck out of that game.
Yeah. 100% he could have. But why? Why?
You tell me why. Because you so adamant about him.
No, I'll tell you why he didn't. Because he's fucking tired of just going out there doing the same fucking shit to not win a game. To not
do you ever
defense,
defense? Have you ever seen Sauce run?
Can't win.
Have you ever seen Sauce run?
Yes.
Have you seen Sauce run? What does that nigga look like when he runs?
Yo, the nigga's flailing.
He looked like a wild, retarded gazelle.
But he was always on the receiver, not committing fucking defensive pass interference.
No, he did. By the way.
No, he did. 100%. Yeah, he did. Because he doesn't give a shit anymore. He doesn't give a fucking shit.
Yeah, because why?
Yo,
because he got a golf simulator
Mo. I'm gonna give you a great analogy. I'm gonna give you a great analogy, Mo. Great analogy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
When you played for Martin, did you give as much of a fuck playing with those bum ass niggas?
No.
Yeah, you didn't.
No, not at all.
Why?
Because they fucking sucked ass.
They fucking sucked. So how?
Yeah, but that's not that. This is a different situation here.
No. That's how you felt back when we were kids, man.
Well, this is fucking 10-year-olds, not professionals.
No.
This is a whole different situation here.
He's still getting paid. He don't give a fuck.
Was I getting paid?
No. And you gave a fuck.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, if you're using that mentality, if to use that analogy, like how much of a difference would it make? You know, how much more of a fuck would you give winning 7 games a year versus, you know, like 4 or 5 games?
That team back in the day was fucking trash. Mo knows that.
Is this a soccer team you're talking about?
Them. Yeah, Mo's watching them because I play for them too. Mm-hmm. They are fucking trash.
All right, so how many games are how many games are in a youth soccer season? Let me ask you a question.
Probably like 12.
Okay, so if you're on a team that wins, say 2 or 3 games versus a team that wins 5 or 6,
you'd hope to win 1 with that team.
Okay, so if you're on a team that wins 0 to 1 games versus a team that's like, you know, wins like 4 or 5, how much more of a fuck will you really give on the 4 or 5 win team?
But that's the thing.
Still not winning.
But the Jets weren't supposed to be. The Jets weren't supposed to be a 4 or 5 win team. It was supposed to be a playoff team. Like that was the aspiration going into the season.
But
we were supposed to be a playoff
look. Here's the difference here. You clearly knew that the soccer team I was on was not talented.
Trash. Yeah.
This one, the Jets team is.
It is, but Aaron is not. Aaron, who basically
a 40 old ass man is not. Yeah, clearly.
Yes.
No shit.
That's the fucking issue. Why the fuck would you want to play for a 40-year-old who can't even get the ball down the field?
You know what? I don't fucking.
It's not even your side of the ball though. Like,
that's what makes it worse.
And that 40-year-old,
you're sitting there on the sidelines. You're sitting on the sidelines for 3
That 40-year-old still marginally better than Zach Wilson.
I like how
they were putting out there last year.
Yeah,
people forget 100%. The whole conversation of all the Jets need to do is hold the team to 17 points and then we'll win.
That's it.
It was a losing mentality from the start.
Sanchez looks so fucking good because he was able to win easy games because the defense always kept them in. But they were playing for Rex, not for fucking Mark Sanchez. They were playing for the fucking coach. And then we got rid of Salah, the coach that they were playing for. Granted, Salah was not a head coach. He should have been a fucking DC, but they were playing for Salah.
Do you want to know something really fucking sad? You guys want to know something really sad? I just saw this on Twitter. 2017, Josh McCown, remember him? He is outperforming Aaron Rodgers in basically every statistical category this year.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. How do you sit there as a defensive any position on defense. Watching the offense
I
do what they're doing.
I was trying to play devil advocate until you brought
Yeah, but
that
nah,
Yeah, I
nah.
think there's
The offense is
like the
fucking
arguments for
trash.
Rodgers coming back just they need to die. He needs to continue to he needs to continue to play poorly so that those
up.
arguments
What if they
die.
do bring him back though? What the fuck?
No, if they bring him back, this is the first season I'm not gonna go to any game in like the past. I don't know, maybe like 10 years.
That might have been the most wholesome fucking sense you've ever made in your life.
Yeah, I might have to follow suit on that.
I will not go to a single fucking game if Aaron Rodgers is our quarterback.
Damn.
Not one.
Imagine saying that a year ago.
Home or road.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't go to any home games. Road games,
no.
I might not do either.
I'd go to an away game if I wanted to see the away team.
Yeah.
But I'm not spending money at MetLife. Hell no. Fuck out of here.
Exactly. I kind of never want to set foot in MetLife again. It's just a miserable place.
I don't want to set foot in MetLife until Woody sells the team. That's how I feel right now.
Well, you gotta wait till he dies, or when his children
hopefully by then,
to say,
the Jets, whoever buys the Jets moves into Queens, and we don't have to set foot in MetLife.
That would be dope. That would be dope.
Apparently, Jeff Bezos wants to buy a football team.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of that, and he's like the favorite to be the next Jets owner, and
yeah, he is.
Oh no,
Elon Musk is up there too.
What you think he's not better than fucking Woody? He probably wouldn't give a shit.
I'd rather take Gary
V.
Gary
Vaynerchuk. Good luck.
Vaynerchuk. Yeah. I'd rather take him.
He's 100%
I'd rather take
because he's a Jets fan.
Yeah, he'd want what's best.
He still doesn't have enough money to buy a team.
He can't buy the fucking team over.
No, he can't.
Come on.
He can't. No, he can't. I agree.
He needs to sell a few more cases of wine before he can do that.
I'd rather see him own the team than anyone you mentioned. Elon, fuck out of here, man. If Elon owns the team, I'm sorry. I have to find a new team. I'd have to find a new team. It would be the Moon Jets.
Here's a hypothetical.
No, Mars.
If you were to switch football teams, who would you root for?
Shit. If I had to switch,
Ravens, easy Ravens.
I actually thought about this introspectively in the shower the other day, and I came to the conclusion that I would either be a Commanders fan or a Chargers fan.
Chargers. Couldn't do it.
I've always been a secondary Chargers
Probably
fan,
Commanders.
Just because of LaDainian Tomlinson. But
I've always liked the Titans, but they're like worse than us. So I can't go to a team that's like worse than us.
For me,
I'd probably just kill myself.
Yeah, it's probably the best option.
For me, it's the Ravens. It's the Ravens mostly because I love my nigga Lamar. I love watching Lamar play, and since before he got drafted, I said this nigga's gonna do well.
Yeah, you sound like Larry David. And I'm still shocked you haven't watched that show
That's
yet.
a team I would go to. That's a team I'd root for. 100%.
You know what? I would be a Detroit Lions fan.
Ooh,
the Detroit Lions.
I wouldn't knock it.
You know what's wild? I was watching last night. I was watching like the craziest comebacks ever, and they had a Giants versus 49ers game, and I saw fucking
was
Dan
it the
Campbell
one
as the tight end. Yeah, it was Jeff Garcia as the quarterback, and they were down
2002 when they
it was like 2002 or 2003.
The Giants blew like a 21-point lead or something. They lost 39-38.
I was watching that, and I saw Dan Campbell. He was on the sideline, and he just threw his helmet at one of the assistant coaches. I was like, "Oh, this nigga's crazy." Yo, and then I read because he was sitting right next to Jeremy Shockey, and I was like, holy shit, that's Dan Campbell. And then I saw Jeff Ulbrich playing linebacker for the 49ers. I was like, holy shit, it's like all coming into full circle. And I was like, holy shit, these motherfuckers are both head coaches right now.
Yeah.
And it was like Jim Fossil as the head coach for the Giants. And Steve Mariucci was the head coach for the 49ers. And I'm looking at him now, I'm like, holy fuck, this shit was old.
That's where it
like,
began for them.
Nigga, we were like 12 when this shit was happening.
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn. And who I saw some wild play. And I think Tiki Barber was still playing too.
I want to piggyback off of something you just said.
Yeah.
The fact that, like, yeah, these are head coaches now.
Yeah. They were in the like mid-20s back then.
Yeah. So you also have head coaches similar, like Sean McVay was an assistant. Like he was well into the fucking Shanahan defense and whatnot.
No, he wasn't under Shanahan back then. He was under Gruden.
Gruden. All right, fair. My bad. But you have these head coaches now that have had that long tenure. Who would you want that has had that long tenure?
Because what clearly,
do you mean? Like,
well, we had it already, and then the owner just said, "Fuck you."
I don't think Salah had that long tenure.
I wasn't talking about Salah.
Who?
Mangini.
I was talking about Belichick.
Oh yeah, no, you're right about that.
Yeah,
you're right about that, and that's on Woody. That's on.
Yeah, that
Woody.
was right when Woody bought the team.
That's on Woody. So who would you want? Like, what coach? Like, the only coach that comes to mind for me is
we already told you who we want. We want to know who you want.
Yeah, no. I want to know. Well, I have a coach in mind because I don't think there's a coach.
I told you Vrabel and Flores.
I don't think that's it. I don't think either will bring us to playoff contention.
All right. Well, this is what I've been looking at since I've been looking at all these available head coaches and coaches that had their second tenure.
But what about coaches? What about coaches that are overlooked?
Coaches that get their second tenure usually learn from what they did in their first tenure and end up being better. I'm not saying all of them, but
Todd Bowles,
some of them.
Todd Bowles learned.
Todd Bowles just intercepted a good team.
Learn? He still makes awful like in-game.
Oh yeah, no. Todd Bowles is still not
because he got gifted. He got gifted a team by Bruce Arians with a Tom Brady team.
And Bucks fans still want him fired.
But if you look at every good head coach, they've spent time in the league before niggas actually realized they were in the fucking league. Like they were mediocre.
Then who do you want? Please tell me. I want a list right now.
I don't know. Don't know.
Then what argument are you making?
Who comes?
No, I'm asking y'all.
Were you asking us? Why are you asking us?
Like if there's someone that's been in the league for over a decade and hasn't had the chance,
you asking someone that don't give a fuck who becomes the head coach.
That's who I would want.
All right.
But Pete Carroll was a head coach.
Yeah, he was. He was a head coach. He was a head coach for the Jets too.
Yes, he was. Yes,
in 1994.
Yeah,
and LeVar Ball was on the practice squad of that team.
I were, and I had this thought driving home from work, and I said, you know what, Pete Carroll would be the perfect person to be that football operations person.
But I don't want that. I
would love that.
I want,
and I would buy him a year's worth of
bubble
gum
in the organization in some capacity.
I would buy him a year's worth of bubble gum, and he can never wear a shirt. I don't care.
Is there not is there not another Sean McVay out there that people are just overlooking? As Sean McVay was overlooked?
Ben Johnson.
He's right here.
But he's not overlooked.
In my name. He's not overlooked. He's probably he's going to be the most sought after head coaching candidate.
Yeah, he is, because he's denied many teams last year.
Yeah,
and he's definitely not coming to the Jets. I can tell you that shit right now.
Okay. But I feel like if you're looking for a head coach to bring you to playoffs, it has to be someone that's been well in the league.
It needs to be someone who can run a modern offense.
Yeah, but anyone
there
that's
aren't that many options.
Offense has to be like under 45.
There aren't that many options.
I want to bring something up. You know, I know that I know we've been talking about how Bobby Slowick wouldn't be a good idea, but what if CJ Stroud's just having a sophomore slump?
Oh, no. I'm completely convinced
you could, but I wouldn't care.
No. I don't think CJ Stroud's a bad quarterback at all. It is.
I don't think he is either. I'm just saying maybe he's having a sophomore slump, and maybe Bobby 100%. Slowick's like not as bad as we think.
I think you know what I think it is? I think it's because, one, he was a rookie. No one had tape on him, and now they do.
Yeah, that always seems to
that's definitely
happen.
A possibility, but I also think that when they got Mixon, the whole offense changed.
Yeah. And guess what? Mixon's still running shit.
Yeah, no. Mixon's still going to be Mixon as long as he's not injured.
Mm-hmm.
Mixon's always been great as long as he's not injured. But that diminishes what CJ Stroud came in and did. CJ Stroud came in and he's like, yeah, no. I'm the focal point. I'm the one that makes a fucking team get to the end zone. Then Mixon comes in and it's like, all right, well, now you're throwing off my rhythm. Now my rhythm's thrown off every game because we're focusing on running. And the running's working. The running is working. But I can't get into my rhythm. I can't be the person I am.
So basically what you're saying is Joe Mixon's too good and it's taking away from CJ Stroud.
I truly believe that. And that's not a bad thing.
I don't know. I think usually when you have like an elite all-pro like running back of that caliber, I feel like it makes your job a lot easier.
But it's his sophomore year. He came in as a freshman, did fucking work that no one expected him to do. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, he's just like, yeah, no, the entire game has changed for me. That's a mentality thing.
Maybe that's just something he needs to work through.
Yes, 100%. Yes. That's why I think next season he's going to look better.
I would agree. He probably will look better.
Jaden Daniels.
Jaden Daniels came in, looked like a dog.
And he has Brian Robinson.
Yes.
And Austin Eckler.
But they're both not mixing.
They're not, but they're both pretty damn good.
Yeah, 100%. So he can rely on two backs and just be like, all right, well, this back didn't
get Mixon kind of is like an ageless wonder. He's kind of in like not as far. He's not in the same breath. He's not in the same caliber of Adrian Peterson as far as like dominance goes. But he's
that's also due to.
But as far as longevity goes, like he's right up there.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Longevity at like a high level.
Mixon's
honestly the back end of Mixon's career was probably better than the back end of Adrian Peterson's career.
Minus that.
I was gonna say the back end of Joe Mixon's career is better than the front end of his career.
No, that's also probably true. He
also had no O-line at all.
Now. Yeah, he was on Cincinnati. They sucked ass.
Like Joe Mixon's best years were probably like his last 3 years.
Yeah,
including this year.
No, I completely agree with you. Completely agree. But the issue with CJ Stroud is that he was that man. He was solely the reason why the offense excelled last season. Then they brought in Mixon, and that changes how you run the offense as a quarterback. It has to, because now it's not only on you reading the defense, making the plays. You got to rely on Mixon, and it should be easier. I agree, it should be easier, but it's not that way for a freshman fucking quarterback. They see it differently.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's a factor. I mean, there's really no way to know. I mean, sometimes it is just a matter of, sometimes it is just a matter of like the league getting tape on you and adjusting to what you do.
Maybe CJ ends up not being a good quarterback. That's definitely possible.
It's possible. I wouldn't say I'm banking on it. Here's a question.
Oh, no, I wouldn't bet on it.
Here's a question. So last year in this one fantasy football league, it's a super flex league where you get one keeper per season. Last year, I drafted in CJ Stroud's rookie year. I drafted him in like the 17th round of the draft or something like that. And then after last year, I thought, you know what? I'm going to keep CJ Stroud. That's like a no-brainer for a 17th round pick in a super flex league. Like, that's a fucking home run, slam dunk, no-brainer.
Yeah.
My team this year, I thought it was great when I was drafting it, and it's fucking ass. I've won like 4 games. Do I keep CJ Stroud again, and it would be like a 16th round pick, or should I consider keeping somebody else?
It depends on who else, but I would
maybe like Justin Jefferson, but that would be like a really high pick. That would be like a 2nd round pick.
Yeah.
Or Bijan.
I mean, you can't go wrong keeping Justin Jefferson, in my opinion. But CJ in a super flex, I'd probably keep CJ. Because, as you said earlier, I think this is a sophomore slump, and his entire offense has changed. He got Diggs, he got Mixon. That changes how the offensive coordinator runs the game. He's not out there making the decisions.
Yeah. I feel like the Texans this year are kind of like, outside of Joe Mixon, I feel like the Texans are kind of like a fraudulent team. Like, they're kind of just the product of being in a shit division.
Yeah, and that's sad because I think this is going to be a hot take. I think if they didn't get Diggs or Mixon, CJ Stroud, yeah. Well, CJ Stroud would be better.
So he'd be better, but not the team.
I think the team would be better overall. Like
I would agree with the Diggs part of it, but not the Mixon part of it.
Well, say they didn't get Mixon, they got another I don't even know mediocre running back they could have got that could have filled.
Like if they kept Devin Singletary.
I'm not a Singletary fan.
Yeah, he kind of stinks.
Yeah, I don't want to highlight Singletary, and I can't say Dameon Pierce would have fucking done well.
I had real high hopes for Dameon Pierce when he first came into the league, and he was good his rookie year. I don't know.
He was fucking amazing his rookie year, but
he fell off the cliff.
He fell off. He fell off OD. But I honestly think that if the offense was strictly around CJ Stroud and what he could do, he would have performed. That's my personal opinion. Could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know. But I also think that what you're doing, I also think that the Texans are doing exactly what you should be doing as far as like
100%.
Building around your quarterback. And, as far as building around your quarterback while they're a rookie, while they're not expensive yet, and like trying to go for it, I just think the season's not over and they'll be in the playoffs. I just think it hasn't really worked. Like, they haven't really looked like a Super Bowl contender. And now that I'm saying this out loud, they'll probably go on some crazy run and win the Super Bowl. But
I'd actually be a fan of seeing that. I don't think
I would like it. I have no qualms with the Texans.
Yeah, no. But I think next season, when CJ Stroud adapts to the fact that it's not all on him, I think he's going to be. I think he's going to look elite again. I truly think he's going to look elite again because it's not the fact that he's looked bad in games. He's just looked off, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it's just not what he. Yeah, it's not what he was used to.
He just has some misses.
Yeah, because every single play was based on what he could do his rookie season. Everything was all right. CJ, this is on you. You gonna make the pass?
Yeah, there really wasn't much else there.
Nah, the run game was shit. It was all based on all right, get it to Tank Dell or get it to Nico. And Tank and Nico looked like elite receivers last season.
Yeah, Tank Dell kind of sucks this year.
Because
Nico's
he's not good. He's not getting the same opportunities as he got last season.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs came in and fucked everything up, but he's hurt too, so it doesn't make sense. Like Nico Collins and Stephon Diggs were both hurt, and Tank Dell still couldn't produce.
Yeah, because
so I don't know. Maybe he just sucks. I'm just mad because I have him on one of my fantasy teams. But
I don't think Tank sucks. He just had to do more. He had to do more. So when he suited up, he knew he had to do more. Now when he suits up, he's like Mixon's running the ball 30 goddamn times a game.
Yeah.
It's just like now he's just running to run.
Yeah.
That's going to demoralize you. It's going to. It's selfish, yes, but everyone on the offense that has a chance to get the ball wants to get the goddamn ball. So if they don't get the ball, that's going to it's going to bring you down. It's going to. If you're not getting 5 targets a game, minimum 5 targets a game, you're going to feel like you're just out there doing nothing.
Right, but at the same time, that's it's really not an excuse. You have to be ready when.
Yeah, but they're young. They're dumb. They don't fucking realize that shit.
I don't know. I think this is stuff they teach you in Pee-wee.
Nah, because in college, they were the targets. They were the highlights. Motherfuckers wanted to fuck them. Like bitches wanted to fuck them. They were the spotlight of their life. Then Mixon comes in and he's like, nah, nigga, chill. I'm gonna run this shit. Just get open.
I mean, Zay Flowers doesn't seem to be having that problem to the same extent in Baltimore with Derrick Henry.
That's true. But you can argue Mark Andrews ain't producing as well.
Yeah, well, he's a little older now. And they also have Isaiah Likely, who looks pretty good.
He does look good. Not as good as Mark Andrews. Well, at least Mark Andrews in his prime. But I think they're a young team. The Texans are a young team. They're going to have issues. And that's where the coaching needs to just be like, all right, Stroud, toss them the ball. Toss them, even if they're in coverage, give them a target. Give them something to work for. Otherwise, they're just running routes. How do you feel if you're just running routes every goddamn game and you get 2, 3, maybe 4 targets?
Yeah, but also why is he getting that few targets even when he's the number one guy?
Because
even with Mixon.
That's how it's schemed. That's on the OC. That's not on CJ. CJ is running through what the OC wants to do. Yeah. He's young too. He's not what's the word? I don't want to say intelligent. He's just not adapted to like, like for instance, Tom Brady. Actually, I think I've heard Tom Brady say this. He would throw the ball to other receivers just to get them in the game.
Yeah, just to like keep them engaged.
Yes. Because if you're just running routes the entire time, you get a couple targets.
If you're just running routes, eventually you're gonna be disengaged.
Yeah, that's just the mentality. Like that's
I don't.
That's human nature.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I live with a lot of Texans fans over here. They're like, yeah, Bobby Sloak is not ready to be a head coach. Trust me. And yeah, I can trust them because they know what shit looks like.
No, they certainly know what shit looks like, but so do we, Jet fans.
And they know CJ's off.
He is off.
They're saying off. He looks like shit.
Yeah,
and CJ Stroud might need the continuity.
I was like, how the fuck did we even beat him?
He does. He needs the continuity because he went from being a freshman quarterback where the game was relied on him to, all right, yeah, no worries, man. We got this great ass running back. You can chill. Do you think that's what he thought? Like coming in his sophomore year, all right, we have a fucking Hall of Famer running back.
No, I think that's what Aaron Rodgers thought.
Yes.
Yeah, like, I don't think that was even the mentality going into the season when they got Mixon. I don't think it was like, oh, you can chill. I think it was more like, here's this guy that's going to like unlock a new level for the entire offense.
But that's the thought process of motherfuckers that have been in the league. Not for CJ Stroud, who's a freshman that everybody like he was blown up.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think his mentality was like, oh, we got Joe Mixon, I can chill now.
No, it wasn't. But that's what happened. That's how the offensive plays were called. Like, yeah, we have this running back, chill. Like, that's not what CJ Stroud wanted to do. CJ Stroud wanted to come out and ball. He wanted to be the number one fucking player. He wanted to be the reason that that the Texans won games. And then it became a mixing game. I can't blame him for
Stroud won at Ohio State, and he always had to share the spotlight there. I mean, they had so many weapons on those teams.
Yes, 100% they did.
Yeah,
but
it looks like
on the Texans, it was him. It was him. Like, Tank Dell, Nico, great, but they were young too. Like, that was how, honestly, the Texans faulted for not bringing up that young squad together. They should just be like, yo, this is our core. This is how we're running our offense. Yeah, we got Mixon, but this is what we're focusing on. Just to build that fucking rapport so that we're going to be in every single game. It doesn't matter if we're down.
But
these three people, they believe. They fucking believe.
Yeah, but ultimately the focus is scoring touchdowns and winning games.
Oh, yeah. That's why they weren't mixing. I'm not saying it was a bad decision.
But you're saying it had like a domino effect on like kind of the younger guys and
the younger guys have to adapt to it. They have to adapt to it. If I was coaching them, I would have done the same. Yeah, of course. Mixon's fucking producing. Why are we not going to use him? But the younger kids need to have that understanding that they don't have. They don't have it.
Right. Yeah. No, that's fair. And hopefully for their sake, I'm sure they will figure it out. Anyway.
Oh yeah. No. I believe
it looks like we lost Mo, but you want to do some picks and wrap this shit up?
Yeah. Yep.
All right, let's do it. I believe this is this is week 14 Let's start. We can start with Thursday Night Football. Packers at Lions.
I think it's gonna be a good game, but
I think so too.
Lions should take it. Should.
They should. I'm gonna take the Packers though.
Oh, all right. I'm taking the Lions on that one.
All right. Let me. I got the spreadsheet.
Where's Mo's at? Send the spreadsheet to him so he can fucking fill before Thursday night.
Yeah. Let's see what other games are worthwhile here. There's a lot of Atlanta Falcons at Minnesota Vikings. That looks like it could be a decent game. Sam Darnold versus Kirk Cousin. Kirk Cousin playing his old team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the I think it'll be a close game, but I'm gonna take the Vikings.
I agree with you there. Vikes is gonna win, but I would love to see Kirk do a little bit of work. And Sam's got to do better than he has, I think, in the past 2 weeks.
Agreed. Yeah.
You know what's funny? Quick side note. You know I always say Darno?
Yeah. One of your like coworkers or someone also says Darno.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were telling me that the other day. You're definitely not the only one. I've heard other people call him Darno as well.
That's the first time I've heard it.
That's funny. Which makes it even funnier that you continue to just call him Darno, even though there was no one else in your ear calling him Darno.
Yeah, that's true. But now I call him Sam.
Yeah, just Sam. Yeah.
But yeah, no, that makes it look good, man. I'm glad he's doing well.
Yeah, good for him. Good for him. Let's see. We got a bunch of horseshit games in the 1:00 slate, if we're being quite honest here.
Yeah.
Let's do Seahawks at Cardinals.
That should be a good game, and I don't believe in the Seahawks.
I don't believe in them in this game. The Seahawks did beat the Cardinals like a couple of weeks ago, but I think that the Cardinals will take it. I think the Cardinals will take it this time. The NFC West is going to be like a shit show to the very end. And I'm here for it.
100%. But I agree with you. The Cardinals win that.
Yeah, Cardinals at home, 2.5-point favorites.
They're favorites?
I'll take the Cardinals to win. Yeah, I'll take the Cardinals to win and cover. Let's see what else is good. We got the Buffalo Bills at the Los Angeles Rams. Can anyone beat the Bills? I don't know, but I don't think the Rams can. Taking the Bills.
So. Yeah. I'd be foolish not to. I'm thinking of the bets I'm placing this week, but the Bills are definitely a bet I'm taking.
Yeah. Let's see. And then we got that game sucks. Sunday Night Football should be pretty good. We got the San Diego Superchargers charging into Kansas City to play the Chiefs, who once again just laughed in the face of bullshit. God. Yeah, pulled off some fuck shit. You know what though? I think that they've been playing with fire for a few weeks, and I think that this week the fire playing.
That'd be wild to see. Honestly, that'd be wild to see, especially with how Herbert's been in his career. And now they got Harbaugh. And it's like, all right, well, Harbaugh versus fucking Reed.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers. I don't give a fuck.
That's fair. I'm taking the Chiefs.
That's also fair. And then Monday Night Football, we got the Cincinnati Bungles and the Dallas Cowboys.
Yo, quick question for you. Quick question. How the fuck does Cincinnati win multiple games with no fucking line on offense or defense? How?
I think my question would also be how the fuck are my question really is how the fuck are they as bad as they are when Joe Burrow is like an MVP quality quarterback?
Because he wasn't always like.
But I think that we both kind of answered each other's questions.
Yeah, kind of.
The Bengals have as many wins as they do because of Joe Burrow, and they suck as much as they do because of everything else, largely the offensive and defensive lines. Particularly the
fucking
defense.
Wild. Yeah.
The defense is particularly bad.
Terrible. Like Joe can fucking deal with the terrible O-line. He has had to his entire career.
Yeah.
But the shit ass D-line. Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's something else. It's really something else. But I'll take the Bengals to win that game.
I think I'm gonna agree with you.
Yeah, I don't know about Cooper Rush against Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I was considering picking up their defense, but I got the Jets defense because I believed in them. Dumbass niggas, shit.
Yeah. And we could do the I guess we could do the Giants Saints game just because it has tanking implications. I think
realistically, quick question.
I think the Giants win this game. But go ahead.
I would love to see the Giants win the game. I would love that. But do you think a top 3 pick is outside of the Jets parameter right now? Do you think that we have no chance at a top 3 pick?
I don't think we have no chance at a top 3 pick, especially if we do keep losing. I think it's possible that we could get one. I think
who else is going to lose more games than us in the end of the stretch? Panthers look good. Honestly, every team other than the Giants look better than us.
Yeah, the Giants are really the only team that really looks like worse than us. I mean, you'd have to look at like all the teams like schedules, but I would say that the Raiders fought pretty hard against the Chiefs. You'd have to think that they probably have like a phantom win or two in them, even though their schedule is pretty tough. Jacksonville is the one team that might lose out just because, like,
they have no quarterback.
Yeah, like Trevor Lawrence sucks, and now he's also hurt because Free Palestine man killed him. But now they're stuck with Mac Jones. But like the Jaguars play the Titans this week.
Oh,
so like someone has to win that game unless they tie.
Someone has to win that fucking game. But
yeah, I think
that Trevor Lawrence hit. I don't know how you feel about it. I think he deserved to be hit. I think a quarterback running to get a first down.
I don't know. He was sliding. He was giving himself up. It was pretty late, but also like
to me, it's like you're trying to prevent the first down. Like you don't want him to get the fucking first down at all. So you're gonna launch yourself at him.
Yeah, and like football is like a game of like milliseconds. Like I highly doubt.
Yeah, 100%.
So I don't think Trevor Lawrence deserves to get hit like that. But I also like. I mean, the guy also who did that also has like a history of doing these things.
Oh, does he? I don't know that.
Yeah, I could see there being a world where he probably didn't have intent to injure him. But I
don't
think
think
that
he did.
yeah,
I honestly don't think he did. And Trevor was going for the first down, so he slid when he thought he could get the first down. And it was a little too late. He should have slid earlier. Because if you're a quarterback, sliding is to prevent you from getting injured. That's the goal for sliding. It's not to get the first down. Look at
well, it's also to give yourself up to make sure, like, all right, like,
yes,
I'm not
make sure you don't get hit. So he slides so late. Like he could have gone down earlier. He saw him. There's no way he did not see him coming for him. He could have gone down.
Yeah, I think it's a little more. It was a little more bang bang, I think, than people make it out to be.
Yeah,
but I think that also, like, when that happens, like, you kind of have to, like, if you're the Jaguars, like, if you're part of that team and you see that happen, like, you kind of have to, like, go after that guy.
Oh no, 100%. Yeah. No. I don't knock the Jaguars for doing what they did. All I'm saying is he didn't deserve a 3-game ban for it.
Yeah, I think it's because I think he got the 3-game ban because he's had like priors with this sort of thing. And I'm sure, honestly, the fact that he wore like Free Palestine cleats might have had something to do with it.
I wouldn't doubt it. But I looked at that hit multiple times. I'm like, you could have gone down earlier and not tried for the first down. That's on the quarterback. You saw the motherfucker trying to hit you.
I'm watching it again now.
Go down. He could have gone down earlier.
Slide and he starts to slide and
like, in all honesty, he should have fucking dove for the first down at first, not slide.
Yeah, he would have gotten
to get that to get to. Like, if that's the purpose,
he would have gotten the first down, and he probably would have got less hurt. I think the issue is that like, I don't think the issue, because like Trevor Lawrence definitely gave himself up a little late. I think the real issue is that the guy went like right at his head.
Yeah, but look, if a motherfucker's sliding when you're not expecting him to slide, like, it's like when Mahomes would fake going out of bounds just to get the extra yard. I think Mahomes deserves to get hit every single fucking time he does that. Every time he deserves to get knocked the fuck out. It's part of the game. If you're going for the first down, it's my job as a defender to stop you from getting that first down. So if you're going to slide late to get the first down, I'm going to stop you from getting the first down. I have to stop that progression.
But when you slide, you're basically like down, like where you
slide.
Yeah.
But he slid late, so he didn't know he was gonna slide. He thought, he's gonna run for the first down. Why would he think that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's probably more of a bang bang play than people make it out to be.
100%. That's why I think he doesn't deserve the 3-game ban. That's my only issue. He doesn't deserve the 3-game ban at all.
Maybe 1 or 2.
Maybe 1. I'd say maybe 1. And that's only because quarterbacks are protected. But if it was a running back doing the same thing, would he have gotten the same penalty? If a running back was like, I'm just going to slide here to try to get the first down.
Yeah, well, running backs don't really. Running backs
don't slide. No, not at all.
Squad.
But I'm saying no. But if they did, they would be granted the same lean. Well,
the league
should.
The league definitely protects quarterbacks more than any position.
Rightfully so, in my opinion.
It's there was that one year where we had to watch, it was like Case Keenum and Blake Bortles in conference championship games. So I could definitely understand why the league prioritizes protecting quarterbacks.
Yes.
That is what makes them money.
Yes. As I say, rightfully so, quarterbacks should be protected, but not to the extent that you're going to get a 3-game fucking penalty because you're doing your job. If that was a running back, there wouldn't be a penalty.
Yeah, there would maybe a penalty, but definitely not like a fine or a suspension.
Yeah, nah. He might lose 1 game for helmet to helmet.
Maybe. Or he might get ejected from that game. And that would be it.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's finish up these picks. So I'm picking the Giants to beat the Saints.
Yeah, that's wild. I gotta take the Saints.
It might be wild. I don't know. I just feel like they gotta fucking win a game at some point. I don't know. Unless they're truly tanking, unless they are truly tanking. But
look, Giants have the best chance for the number 1 pick. I think we can end up with a top 3 pick.
So there's a world where the Jets pick top 3. There's also a world where the Jets are picking 10th or 11th again, like last year.
No way. If we're picking 10th or 11th, I'm done watching these niggas. That's just dumb.
Yeah, it's a possibility. If you look at our schedule, I mean, it could kind of go.
No,
either way.
We've had an easier schedule. We're lucky enough where we faced the hardest teams, but we can't compete. We can't compete with 98% of the teams in the goddamn league.
And the 2% of the teams that we can compete with are the Titans, the Patriots, the Jaguars, who are going to be playing, and the Texans. For some reason, the Texans are the one good team that we are good against for some reason.
For whatever reason, shit.
Yeah, I don't know, but there is a pot. It all depends. I've done a few simulations. Not simulations, but I've done a few of those predict the games things, and it shows you who makes the playoffs and what the draft order is. And there's a world where we pick 3, and there's also a world where we pick 9 or 10.
If it's not a 10. These niggas just fucked up everything.
Even with winning 1 or 2 games, because there's so many bad teams. That's the problem. Yeah. Which is why they kind of can't afford to win a game. Although I'll say this, if the Jets are going to win a game, I wouldn't mind it being this one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind beating Miami when Miami's still playing for something. Give me that over beating Jacksonville or beating Miami in week 17 when they're eliminated.
Yeah, they definitely should be eliminated by week 17, but I don't think, for some stupid ass reason, I feel like the Jets are just gonna pick it up at the end of the season, and that would be really
fucking annoying.
Yeah,
do you think it'd be to the point where they convince themselves to run it back with Rodgers? Because that would be
I hope not. I truly hope not.
All right. Well,
if Rodgers stops dropping dimes, because he hasn't done that this entire fucking season. Every great pass Rodgers has made has been contestable.
Yeah.
So if he starts dropping dimes at the end of the season, I don't know, man. I really don't know how I'd feel, because I'd be honestly pissed off. That's my first reaction. Pissed off that this that this motherfucker could have been doing this in the entire goddamn fucking season.
Yeah. Yeah, we can't. I don't know. I don't want anything to happen where we get tricked into running this back. I think we need like a clean break. Like we should have nothing left over from like this previous regime. Like we need like a fresh, clean break.
Do you think that Woody, I was gonna say management, do you think Woody views Aaron Rodgers' career with the Jets as like, yeah, we can just make a clean break from it? Doesn't matter because he's not elite anymore. So I don't think Woody thinks that way.
I really don't know. I mean, there was that report that Woody suggested benching Aaron Rodgers after the Broncos game. Like, apparently he
did.
Yeah, apparently, like according to that athletic report, he like after the Broncos game, he called Joe Douglas, Robert Saleh, Ulbrich, Hackett, and I think Boyer, the special teams coach. I think he called he called like the head coach, the GM, and all like the main assistants like into his office for a meeting like the day after that game to basically be like, hey, like what the fuck happened? Like defend yourself kind of thing. Like defend why the fuck we lost to the Broncos 10-9. And I think during that meeting, it's reported that Woody suggested that they bench Aaron Rodgers for Tyrod Taylor. And I think
wish they did. Shit.
And yeah, maybe he was cooking, with that, but maybe he actually knows ball. Cooking. I don't know.
But I just want to see something else because Aaron is easily not a quarterback in this league.
Yeah, but that report did happen, and given the way we know Woody likes to meddle with the team, is that really surprising if he did? Like, it kind of checks out.
No, it's not surprising at all.
Because like he's also very impatient, so like for him to be like, oh yeah, like this Hall of Fame quarterback's a bum now, like maybe we should just put in Tyrod. We'd just be better off with Tyrod. Like he's probably number one, probably right, but number two, like that kind of fits his like thought process of like impatient and like what the fuck is going on, especially like considering how nuclear he went this season with like firing everyone. So there was that report that he
firing everyone.
There was that report that he wanted to bench Aaron Rodgers. From what I hear and what I read, and what I listen stuff on Jets content that I consume, from what I hear, Aaron Rodgers has a much better relationship with Christopher Johnson than Woody Johnson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, apparently he's a lot tighter with Chris than Woody. And like,
that's not surprising.
Yeah,
that's not fucking surprising.
Apparently, like there was so after this whole thing after this whole report came out that Woody and Aaron might not have the best relationship. Someone else reported like, oh, that's like overblown. He was out to dinner with Woody the other night. But then they asked Aaron Rodgers about it. He was like, "Oh, I was out on like McAfee." They asked him about it. He was like, "Oh no, I was eating dinner with a different Johnson," implying Chris and all the
Chris.
Like a lot of the reports seem to be that he's a lot tighter with Chris than Woody. I personally don't really know how Woody feels about Rodgers or if he'd want to run it back.
If there is like that Rodgers
there is the money factor.
Yeah, but if Rodgers wants Chris over Woody, I'm sorry. I've never seen Woody not put his ego before the team.
Yeah, no. So you think that would mean if that's the case, like then he's gonna want Rodgers out?
100% yes. 100% yes.
Yeah, I would lean it's hard to know exactly what Woody's thinking, but Right now, I would say it's like a 55 to 60% chance Rodgers is not back, and like a 40 to 45% chance that he is.
I'm actually happy that Woody doesn't like Aaron, because to me that means Aaron's not coming back. Will we have to pay his salary? Of course.
Yeah, we're gonna eat a lot of dead money, but you know what? That's also like not an excuse going forward, because the Broncos are eating a fuck ton of dead money from Russell Wilson.
Yeah, they
and
are.
They were still able to, they're still able to compete for a playoff spot this year. They're probably going to make the playoffs
because they have a rookie quarterback that knows what he needs to do. He knows.
Yeah, and like I had thought that maybe the game had passed Sean Payton by, but now it's kind of looking more like Russ looks pretty good in Pittsburgh. Like now I'm thinking maybe those are just two personalities that didn't mesh together.
Oh, definitely didn't mesh, because Russell can't run the offense that Payton would want. Yeah. There's no fucking way. I'm not saying Russell's a terrible quarterback. He's had his slumps, obviously, but there was no way in hell that Payton would look at Russell Wilson and be like, yeah, no, that's the quarterback I want. I really don't think there's a reason.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, no, I agree. But we'll finish the picks in the podcast with this. So Jets at Dolphins. What are your predictions? Final score, what's going to happen?
Jets. I was going to say 6. I'll give Jets 12. Dolphins 27.
Dolphins 27-12. I'm actually gonna say the Jets score 9 points, and the Dolphins will score 23. I'm thinking a 23-9 loss.
All right, that's fair.
Yeah, I think I think after I think if the Jets would have won last week, you might have seen them put up more of a fight in this next game. But
yeah,
I think since they lost that Seattle game, I think like they're really gonna lay down and die. And historically, they've been like really bad in Miami, especially like the past few years. But the Jets have not won in Miami. Do you know when the last time the Jets won a game in Miami was?
In Miami?
Yeah.
No.
It was the last game of the 2014 season, the last game of Rex Ryan's coaching tenure with the Jets, where Geno Smith had a perfect.
That was the last time we were the fucking Dolphins?
In Miami.
God
we won a road game. We won a road game against Miami in 2015, but that was a game in London. 2016 they swept us. 2017 we beat them at home, but they beat us at their home. 2018 they swept us. 2019 they swept us. 2020 they swept us. 2021 they swept us. 2022 we beat them at home and lost in Miami. 2023 they swept us, and we haven't played them yet this year, but they're probably, I think we split with Miami this year. I think we lose this game, but I think, that week 18, if nobody has anything to play for week 18, I think we're going to beat Miami.
Yeah, no, most players
fuck up our future.
Exactly.
But yeah, that, I think, that's pretty much everything. I think we've covered about everything. So do you have any final thoughts or final words before we sign off here?
Only final words I have are the Jets are going to be ass for the minimum next 5 years. Minimum. Like straight up garbage. But
so the playoff drought will be able to buy tobacco products.
I would hope that the Jets get better. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know anymore. You know, like I've tried to be hopeful, but that never works. And I mean,
nah.
You know, the question always seems to be like, oh, like where do you go from here? And you know, it's just like kind of at a loss for answers now. And I don't know. I mean, you know, it'll be an interesting off season to see who they hire and you know where they end up in the where they end up picking. But yeah, I think this Sunday will be the official nail in the coffin for the Jets. You know, we've been saying every week since like the Steelers game, like if we lose this game, the season's over. But if and when we lose this game, the season will actually be over, and the playoff drought will officially turn 14 years old. So get a nice suit and tie and some shoes because you're taking it to the high school dance. But that's going to do it for us here today. Thank you all for listening. Unlock the swag unlocks, and we will talk to you soon. Peace.